Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you in part by Together for Youth. They'd like to encourage you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. Thanks for joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel as we get a chance to meet the top 10 candidates for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant. Today we get to meet Mia Tostado, who's the daughter of Jose and Luz. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, all right. Well, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Before I get to my list of questions, I wanted to give you a chance to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am a senior at Eastmont High School, and I also attend Wenatchee Valley College.
How is that, especially now, trying to juggle the college and high school and all of that?
Surprisingly, I've actually made it work. My schedule has really worked around the Apple Blossom schedule, and it's taught me how to manage my time a lot better. I get home and I actually get my work done. There's no distractions, and I enjoy every part of it. Why
did you decide to run for Apple Blossom?
I was actually a little iffy about running for Apple Blossom. I was honestly scared because I was like, this is just something that's really important to our valley. But my mother actually, we had a conversation, and she made me realize this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I was like, why not just go for it?
Had it been something you'd thought about for a while, or was it just something that came up that you got the paperwork and you went, maybe?
I had thought about it. Last year, I knew some of the girls, and I was like, I really want to try that next year. But again, I was just too scared to do it, but I ended up doing it, and here we are now.
So it was your mom that gave you that final, at least confidence, if not a push, to, you need to try this?
Yeah, she did. She always tries to push me in any way, because she just knows that anything that I set my mind to, I can get done.
Well, speaking of which, you told us in your bio that you are very prideful of the fact that you're first-generation college student in your family?
I am, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does the rest of your family think about you being a college student? Oh, by the way, you're also a high school student.
Yeah.
What do they think about that?
They are super supportive they've just been super supportive this whole time. They can definitely see how hard it can be, especially on me emotionally, physically, but they never fail to be there for me. They always reassure me, especially during the hardest moments, which is something that has just made it so much easier for me.
It takes a village, doesn't it?
It really does, and they're doing such a great job at it.
That's awesome. So you also say in your bio that you like to cook.
I do.
Okay, so if you, Mia, were to cook something for me, what would you cook?
I would have to cook, that's a great question. What do you like?
I'm open for anything. So
Anything.
If you have a specialty that you do or something that's really good that everybody goes, oh my gosh, Mia, this is amazing. So I would like to try that too. So what would that be?
It would definitely have to be, it's kind of like a side dish, but it would have to be arroz rojo, which is Mexican rice that we make and we have with almost every meal.
Okay.
It's something that my aunt taught me. Yeah, and I've actually perfected her recipe, and it's just one that never misses. I am the one that always has to cook it at home because everyone just loves it.
Okay, so what do you do with the rice? What do you put in there that makes it something special?
Well, it all has to do, my aunt always says, cook with love, because that is the key ingredient, and it's very true. I just love cooking. My whole family loves to cook, but I would say the process, it has to be very precise, and it's just our little family recipe.
Okay, you're not going to give up that recipe, I see. Okay,
yeah,
all right, so I'll have to try your rice sometime.
Yeah,
say that
will.
again. What did you call it?
Arroz rojo.
Okay.
So it's red rice.
See, it sounds so much better when you say it. So what, in this process of Apple Blossom, you mentioned that you were kind of nervous about even attempting this. So what do you fear the most about this process?
What I fear the most is sometimes not having the answer right on the spot, because this is just the first time for me where I feel like the spotlight is really not just on me, but even the other 9 candidates. Just not having an answer on the spot is my biggest fear.
So
yeah.
if I went to your best friend and said, okay, tell me about Mia, what would they say?
She would say that I am a person who never fails to make you laugh. Every time that we're together, we laugh at least once, every single time. Yeah.
Would you like to say who your best friend is, or maybe there's more than one?
I would have to say my best friend her name is Stephanie. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Hi, Stephanie. Shout out to
Yeah.
Stephanie. Okay, so maybe it's Stephanie, maybe it's something else, but what makes you laugh every time, no matter what?
Every time, no matter what. It's the little inside jokes that we have. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Somehow they always just get brought up, and we just never fail to make each other laugh.
Okay, is a particular topic or just anything goes?
Anything goes, yeah.
Okay, all right. In this process, which is a lot for Apple Blossom Top 10, what is the hardest part for you?
The hardest part for me would be just having, again, such kind of a busy schedule. I really have to work my way around it, but I'm able to make it work. It's something that I've learned because I've never had such a busy schedule. So learning how to do a lot of things just in one day, it's been really rewarding to learn how to do that.
It helps having advisors, it helps having personnel like Darcy and Aaron and people like that, I imagine, to help keep you on task,
Oh
right?
yeah, they make it so much easier for us girls. I honestly, without them, I don't know how any of us would do it actually.
So you say, this is an interesting answer in your bio,
Yeah.
that if you could trade places with someone, it would be Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Now that is a different answer. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. So why Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler, because he's just such an extrovert. He really just is himself. He doesn't care what people have to say about him, or just in general, because I mean, there's always thousands of cameras on him, and he just does not care. He's himself, and I feel like today we care a lot about what people have to say about us and what they think, and I feel like just knowing what that feels like to just you to you, it would be an amazing experience for me.
It's pretty inspirational for his story that his parents were so supportive of him while he's having people saying, what are you doing, stand-up comedy, you're awful, this is horrible, horrible choice in life and things. That his parents kept propping him up and telling him he was the best and all that.
Yeah.
Parental help along the way, I imagine that you find that pretty important.
Yes, it really is. I feel like your parents' support is just a support that no one else can give you, really. It just, me personally, it just keeps me going every single day. They are my motivation for all of my goals and just who I aspire to be in life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what question did I not ask you that you wanted me to ask you?
I have not thought of that actually.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you just came in, open book, ready to go.
Yeah,
That's
this is my first TV interview, so I was not sure what to expect.
Well, how did you think you did?
I think it went well.
Yeah, I think
It
you
was a
knocked
lot
it
better
out of
than
the Good.
than I imagined.
Good. Well, Mia, best of luck in this whole process.
Thank you.
Congratulations on making the top 10. That's huge for a start, and
Yeah.
I know you're going to do well during this whole thing.
Well, thank you so much for having me today.
You bet. Mia Tostado here on the NCWLIFE channel, one of our top 10 candidates for the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant, presented by Cashmere Valley Bank. It's coming your way here on the NCWLIFE channel on Saturday, February 8th, with our countdown to coronation at 6:30 and the pageant at 7 o'clock. Here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you in part by Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Caught in a conflict, family, housing, business? Call Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center at 509-888-0957 for help.